In this video, I'm going to show you how to make these awesome apple pie cookies. There's a lattice version, and then there is just like a really mini full apple pie version. Super easy to do, super tasty. If I can do it, you can do it. Let's get started. Down below in the description box, you'll find a list of the ingredients and their amounts. Now, if you are going to make your pie crust from scratch, start by doing that. I do have a recipe here on my channel on how to make your own yummy pie crust. I'm just going to use a store-bought pie crust this time because I already have a video on how to make your own pie crust. And now we're going to begin by making the filling. I'm going to begin with the apples. I have 2 Granny Smith apples, but you can use whatever apples that you want. And I'm going to take the stems off. Make sure to rinse and dry them first. And then we want to peel these. You could leave the peel on, but I recommend removing the peel or the skin. And you can just use a hand peeler like this, or you can use like an electric one or whatever you have to peel the apples. All right, and then we want to cut these up into fine little chunks. We don't want big chunks, we want fine ones. And so I'm just going to go down the core here. And then what I'll do is I will treat this kind of like an onion. I will turn it on its side here on the flat part, and I'll go not all the way down, and then I'll take it over and then go down this way. Okay, and then I'll go this way. And then that just gives me these small little apple chunks, which is perfect. And then I'm going to take these and put these in a pot here. Like so. So then do that with the rest of your apples. All right, I got the apples in my pot, and now I want to add a 1/2 cup of brown sugar. You could use light brown sugar or you could use dark brown sugar. I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of butter, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, about 1/4 teaspoon to 1/8 teaspoon of nutmeg. That is optional, but it's typically used in an apple pie filling. And then 1/2 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, and you can go down to 1/4 teaspoon if you want. Again, that's another classic spice that you use for apple pie filling. I love cinnamon. And now I want about 1 teaspoon of fresh lemon juice, or you could use apple cider vinegar. That acidity is just going to really help bring this apple pie filling together. And you could also use the zest of your lemon as well if you want. I'm just going to use this little bowl here and just get about 1 teaspoon. Okay. Again, you can use lemon or apple cider vinegar. And if you don't have apple cider vinegar or lemon, then use white distilled vinegar if you have that. Or you can just leave it out completely. Now let's head over to the stovetop. Over on the stovetop, I have the heat set to medium. And we are just going to give this a good stir here. And this part right here is going to take 10 to 15 minutes or so. And so if you don't have a lot of time and you're just wanting to make a quick treat, then you may want to just elect for the pre-made apple pie filling. But this homemade filling is absolutely delicious. Okay, and then once it gets all kind of to the liquidy stage like this, you don't have to constantly stir right now. So we can just let this sit and heat up more and kind of just bubble and boil and just cook those apples until they get nice and soft. Periodically come in here and give it a good stir. We want to just make sure that it doesn't burn or anything like that. All right, after about 10 to 12 minutes, it's not going to be as liquid anymore, just a little bit here. And it's going to be kind of more dark color. I'm going to take 1 tablespoon of cornstarch and add that in there, all the way in there. And we'll just give that a nice stir. We don't have to worry about adding that to any kind of a liquid first. And this is just going to thicken up our filling for us. And then we're just gonna keep stirring for a couple more minutes. And then when you kind of just scrape the bottom like this, and it takes a little while for the two sides to kind of meet to each other, then it's ready to go. And I'm going to remove this from the heat. And now I want to transfer it to another bowl. You could just leave it in the pan if you wanted to, but I find it's kind of nicer just to put it in another bowl. And then we want to let it cool to room temperature, and then you can chill it with your pie crust. Like if you made a homemade pie crust and it's in the refrigerator chilling, then you can let this cool for about 10 minutes and put it in with the pie crust for about another 20 minutes or so. Once the pie filling has had a chance to cool, take that out of the fridge. Also get your pie crust out of the fridge. Preheat the oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit or 190 Celsius. Now what we're going to do, I'm going to unroll this. I'm going to take a little bit of flour. Don't need a whole lot here. And now I have a couple biscuit cutters here. A little small one, it's like 2.5 inch, and then a 3 inch. And normally I'll do a couple of different sizes and just come in here. And we're going to cut these out. And then I'm going to place these on a sheet pan lined with parchment paper or a silicone baking mat. And then with these smaller sections, I'll just use my smaller one. Or you could do all small ones if you wanted. And then I'm going to gather up this dough, and this is what I'm going to be using for the lattice. And so I'm going to just roll this out. And then I'll take a pizza roller here. All right, fantastic. So I got a bunch of these little strips. All right, I'm going to show you how to make the two styles, the lattice, and then kind of the classic little pie look. So I'm going to take one of these. I have a little bit of egg wash here, just an egg that I whisked together. Put some egg wash on there. And then I'm going to take my pie filling, and I just kind of scrape off the top and let any of the extra liquid kind of ooze out. I don't want too much extra liquid. Put that right in the middle like that. And then we'll take one of these strips and we're going to do the little lattice work. I usually just do about 3 on the top and then 3 on the sides. So 6 total of these strips. And then we just do a little over-under method to get these to go. Like so. And then you're going to press these down into that egg just so they stick. Just like that. And then come over back with your cookie cutter and go around it. Cut it down, save these scraps, and then you can roll it out and put it all together and make some more pieces. Take the egg. We're going to brush the tops of these with this egg wash. And then come in here with, I just have a little cinnamon and sugar shaker. And we're just going to put that right on that top lattice. Okay? Awesome. And then take the turner, scoop that up, and put it on your sheet pan lined with parchment paper or silicone baking mat. And now I want to show you this other option. This is the quicker option. If you don't want to do the lattice work, you save a lot of time by just doing this style. Put some egg wash around the edges, take some pie filling, put it right there in the middle. take another one of these, and then you just roll it out a little bit wider or a little bit larger than the original size. Okay, we'll put that right on top. Seal it down with your fingers. Come in here with a fork. Just press down and that'll seal it. Poke some holes on the top. Take a little bit more of this egg wash. Go on the top there. Cinnamon sugar. Take the turner, go underneath. Put that on your cookie sheet or sheet pan. Okay, I'm going to do the rest of these and then we'll go on to the baking step. Alright, so one standard pie crust sheet makes about 8 of these apple pie cookies. And so if you're going to use both sheets that come in the package, then you'll be able to get about 16 of them. And so there's enough filling to make all 16 of them. Or if you just want to do, like, let's say these 8, and you have the extra filling, you can use this, just pour this as is on some ice cream, or you could pour it on pancakes and waffles. It's so good just by itself. Now I'm going to bake these in the oven, again 375 Fahrenheit or 190 Celsius, and we're going to bake them for 22 to 25 minutes until they're nice and golden brown on top. Onto that step. And when they come out of the oven, they will look something like this, nice and golden brown on the top. Just let them cool for a couple minutes on the cookie sheet or sheet pan, and then I'm going to remove them and put them on a wire rack to cool the rest of the way. The apple pie cookies are done and turned out fantastic. Super easy to do. If I can do it, you can do it. I'm Matt Taylor. This has been another episode of In the Kitchen with Matt. Thank you for joining me. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or requests, put them down below and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Thumbs up, down in the corner, press it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Check out my other videos. Take care. Time for me to dive into one of these. Oh yeah. I'm going to grab this one right here. So good, super easy to make, delicious.